Hello friends, today we are going to read chapter number 1 from a computer book Alpha 7. Chapter number 1, Computer Hardware. Introduction to Computer Hardware. A computer system consists of hardware components and software application programs assembled together to perform basic and complex functions like data processing and transmission, data storage, and so on. Computer hardware mainly refers to the physical system unit and the hardware devices which are attached externally to the system. Any hardware device which is connected externally to a computer system is referred to as peripherals. It is possible to touch or see computer hardware components. The Obzern 1, invented by Adam Obzern, is the first commercially successful portable microcomputer released on April 3, 1981 by the Obzern Computer Corporation. Internal hardware devices. In a computer, the internal hardware devices are those hardware components which are assembled in the system CPU unit. It might not be visible externally unless you open the CPU box in a desktop system. Let us see some of the important internal hardware devices in a computer system. Motherboard. Motherboard is the main electrical circuit board in a computer. It houses the memory slots, CPU, audio and video cards, networking card, connectors for hard disk, data cable slots, connectors to various hardware devices, which are the key hardware components involved in a computer processing system. In short, a motherboard contains everything that we call a computer system. CPU. The central processing unit, or simply the processor, is a small circuit chip which executes the commands received as inputs from the user. A CPU is responsible for processing data and is the most important part of a computer. The CPU consists of 3 units. Control unit controls the flow of data from input devices within the processor and memory. Arithmetic and logic unit does the complex arithmetic and logical calculations on data. Memory unit stores the instruction and data when entered. Now let's talk about RAM. RAM is the main memory or the random access memory. The data which is being processed by the CPU will be stored temporarily in the RAM. Once the system power is off, the data in the RAM will also get erased unless it is saved to the hard disk. Therefore, it is also known as the volatile memory. The speed and the performance of a computer is dependent on RAM or random access memory. The unit of measuring RAM is in megabytes or gigabytes, MB or GB. ROM. Read-only memory gets activated when the system power is on and is a kind of primary memory. It contains a set of programmed instructions which are embedded into the chip during manufacturing process. The CPU uses ROM to get frequently used commands and instructions. Disk drives. Disk drives are the permanent storage devices where all the data is saved. Whenever you create a file on the computer, it is saved on the disk drive. The disk drive is a collection of thin circular disks called the disk platter. The disk platter is a magnetic coated for data storage and retrieval. Sound card. Sound card or audio card comes either as an internally fitted component to the motherboard or an additional expansion card to produce audio output. By default, computers do not have an audio output. The sound card processes the audio files and produces the audio as output. You can connect your speakers or headphones through the external plug-in slots which connects to the sound card. Video card. Video cards or computer graphics adapter pass on the graphical data from the processor to any display device connected as the output unit. In a computer, video cards can be of two types: dedicated video card and integrated video card. Dedicated video card. A dedicated video card has an independent processor and video memory of its own for running games with heavy graphics and animation. The computer needs a dedicated video card which requires more processing power and speed to display the graphics. An integrated video card does not have a separate memory and a processor, but shares the main memory and processor for video processing. SMPS or switched mode power supply. The main power supply will be having unregulated voltage fluctuations which adversely affect the working of a computer when it is connected directly. Switched mode power supply or SMPS provide power supply to personal computers in a controlled manner as required by the computer system. In case of voltage fluctuations or sudden power failure, SMPS comes to the rescue by providing power supply using the regulator. Ports. Ports are the points for connecting other computers or any external hardware device to our personal computer. It helps in communication and data transfer between the connected devices. Port is actually the opening for the external hardware devices to connect with the motherboard of another system. On a desktop computer, the ports are available on the back side of the CPU, while on a laptop, it is available on the left and right sides as per the design. Serial port. Serial port is used to connect other computers or external modem. Parallel port. It is used for printers and scanning devices. PS2 port. It is used for keyboard and mouse interface. Audio port. It is used to connect speakers or other audio output devices. USB port. Connect all types of USB devices, for example, printer, hard disk, scanner, mouse and keyboard can be connected as USB devices. Earthen port. Connects the network cable to a computer or to a high-speed internet connection. VGA port. It connects the monitor to the video card of a computer. Modem port. Connects the modem to a telephone network. Power connector. Connects to the power plug of a computer. Digital video interface port. Connects the LCD monitor to a video graphic card. Heat sink. A lot of heat is generated from a CPU when the system is on. A heat sink absorbs the excess heat produced in the CPU. It protects the CPU in the motherboard of the computer by providing a cooling effect. Heat sink is located on the top of the motherboard or CPU along with the fan. It removes the extra power and heat produced within the system. Modem. Modem or the demodulator is a hardware peripheral which enables the computer to establish communication lines to send and receive data through a data cable over a telephone network. In simple words, a modem connects a computer to the internet. External hardware devices. The hardware devices which are physically connected to the computer system using external cables are called external hardware devices. All external devices are visible outside and can be disconnected from the system too, if required. The external hardware devices are divided into two categories, namely input devices and output devices. Let us see some important external hardware devices which are connected to the computer system. Input devices. Input devices are those hardware devices which are connected externally to the computer system for data input and communication with the computer system. Input devices are mainly used for data input into the computer for processing. It does not receive any signal back for acknowledgement or for output. The user can interact and control the computer system using input devices. Keyboard. Keyboard is a basic input device connected to a computer. It contains numerical, alphabetical and other special function keys which are set in the QWERTY format. It is possible to input text, numerical and other symbols using a keyboard. Apart from entering data, keyboard also has some special power keys like navigational keys, function keys, delete, insert and print screen buttons. Types of keyboards. Keyboards are categorized into different types based on different functionalities and features. They are multimedia and wireless. Multimedia. Apart from the normal alphanumeric keys, multimedia keyboard integrates many special features like volume control, power on off, internet connectivity features, email and so on. Wireless keyboard. A wireless keyboard will be connected to a computer through a wireless connection and is powered by rechargeable batteries. The data is transmitted over radio signals or infrared waves. Gaming keyboard. Gaming keyboard has special gaming related features like volume controls, brightness control and programmable keys and so on. Future ready. Virtual keyboard or on-screen keyboard is the software version of the physical keyboard. The keys will be either be touch enabled or can be projected onto a surface where optional sensors detect the hand movement and take the input data. An optical virtual keyboard was invented and patented by IBM engineers in 1992. Mouse. Computer mouse is a device for data input through mouse clicks. The cursor on the computer can be moved according to the movement of the mouse. By clicking the right and left button of the mouse, you can achieve various functions like selecting or moving an object. Scanner. An image scanner is an input device which digitally scans the images, text, or pictures to be transferred or processed by the computer. It can be connected using a cable or USB port. There are different types of scanners categorized on the basis of the scanning method and design. Flatbed scanner. Flatbed scanner is the most commonly used scanner. It can scan numerous documents at the same time. Drum scanner. Drum scanner produces high quality scanned images. Sheet-fed scanner. Very similar to flatbed scanner. Sheet-fed scanner also scan documents and input to computer. Only a single sheet can be scanned at a time in a sheet-fed scanner. Handheld scanner. Handheld scanners are also popular scanners for taking the scan images of digital prints. Microphone. The audio frequencies in the air are captured and are converted to a sound waves by a microphone. The sound waves are converted to analog or digital signals which can be processed by a computer. In a computer, a microphone is used for audio recording, communication, and also for entertainment purposes. Light pen. A light pen is an external input device which works on the light sensing capability. A light pen is used to input text or graphical image on the computer screen using a software interface. Future ready. 3D printing or additive manufacturing is the process of making three-dimensional solid objects from a digital file. The first 3D printer was created by Charles W. Hull in the mid-1980s. Output devices. Output devices are those external computer hardware which display the results of data processed by the processor. For example, printer and monitor. Printer. Printer is an external output device which produces hard copy records of the digital data. There are different types of printers available and are broadly characterized into two: impact printers and non-impact printers. In an impact printer, an image is printed on paper by an inked ribbon being pressed against paper using hammers or pins. Non-impact printers use ink, jet, or laser technology to print on paper. The quality of non-impact printer is also very high. Storage devices. The secondary storage devices are indispensable for storing large amount of processed data. We cannot save large amount of data on the primary memory of RAM or ROM. Therefore, the storage is extended using various storage media devices like hard disk, CD and DVD drives, pen drives and so on. Hard disk. One of the most important secondary data storage devices in a computer is the hard disk. The data written on the secondary storage will not be erased when the system power is off. Important data like the operating system, application software programs, and other information is located on the secondary storage, which is permanent. Whenever a file is opened, the CPU takes the required file from hard disk to the primary memory. CD and DVD. CD or compact disc is an optical storage device which stores small amount of data. CD can be read only storage or read and write. To read and process the data on the CD, you need a CD drive. A DVD. Digital Versalite disc can store more amount of data than a CD. The audio video files will have better resolution and data quality when stored or written on a DVD. Pen drive. A pen drive or a USB flash drive is the most popular form of portable data storage device. It is plugged into a USB port of the computer to transfer data from a system. It is also possible to save data to the pen drive and take backup of data. Thank you friends. Bye bye.